Hello, weirdos. It's Adam Riotthorn, and as always, for fellow video hosers, it is the analog anarchist, Mr. Morgan White. But we also have a
Hello.
special guest. We have a special guest, Jamie
Hi.
Shannon. Jamie is how do I want to say, a very tied and linked into children's television and Canadian television in general for several generations. And it's surprised me. The reason that I specifically asked Jamie to join us, I will hold off on for a moment. We'll bring that up in a bit. But we're just it's gonna tense things along. Jamie, thanks for
I'll
coming.
just be like, Pew!
One of the big things where I thought, oh, it'd be great to have you with us and talk to you on social media. And I mean, you've probably been on it for a while, but I think in the last little while, you've been a lot more active on it. You've been doing a lot of really positive messages. You've been doing a lot of like pushing creativity for people. And so I'm watching your stuff all the time.
Hey, thanks. All right. Good news. Yeah, I kind of, I just, really now, today, there's no more gatekeepers. As Hollywood's kind of crumbling, we make our own way now. So, I've
Yeah.
always been hiding behind puppets and under the table, and I got some famous puppets, but not me necessarily, which I always liked. But I just made the decision. I was just like, I'm gonna be the puppet.
Well, there's definitely
That's
things
great.
in the world of puppets where you were involved in it. There's a gap, a period of time where then you're with a lot of YTV, which is a big thing for me. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that. But
Yeah, of course.
but there's definitely, even when you're one of several people with it, another name on the list, there's definitely a style that's in there that when you show things on your social media, on like Instagram and that, showing puppets that you have right there with you, you're like, oh, I can see the style. I see how that is
Yeah.
had your hands
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
definitely.
the Legends of Puppets. Morgan loves this stuff. I mean, Morgan, you're as huge a fan of like the Muppets as I am, but you
Oh,
definitely
yeah, of
know
course.
that I'm on another level. We did an episode where we found a recording of an anniversary of Sid and Marty Krofft, and it was
Oh.
a musical that was done for them where they had musical numbers and dance numbers to show each of their shows, which sent me on just like a huge rabbit hole of like watching everything they ever made.
Oh, really? I kind of just, I just posted about them today, so I'm all about it.
How could you not be though? Next to Jim Henson, they're like the
Yeah,
godfathers of puppeteering in general.
they
Um,
really are.
I don't think I've in any of the clips that we're showing today. I don't think I've brought anything of that level of class. But
No.
I'll be
Neither
watching
have
their stuff
I.
at any point. Well, you
Well,
almost
that was
have,
that
Well,
I
yeah.
posted about Land of the Lost today, and that
right?
show
Oh,
I just
yeah,
went back and watched it.
classic.
Holy psychedelic! They were
Yeah,
just
yeah.
free. They were so free doing that.
I
Yep.
mean,
It was
there's
a beautiful
also
time.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's
Yeah, it
also a time
was.
because
Yeah.
even the
Yeah.
like most kidsy things that weren't meant to be purposely that much psychedelic just kind of were. Like I was watching Wonder Bug the other day, and I mean is a trip.
It's because they were all doing acid. It's actually that. And you know what? I don't suggest that anyone should be doing drugs, but sometimes it creates good shit. So there you
Some
go.
creativity.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, Sid is still with us, and he's been, even at his age, he's been doing a thing on Instagram where he comes on, I think every Sunday, and has someone read him questions. He answers people's the thoughts and memories about all of his stuff, and kind of does like a walk down memory lane, which is wild. Which is one of the great things the internet can do for us. That for
I
people who
know.
are like
That's great
put
that
out
he
of business.
chooses to do that. What a showman! He's just like I'm 82. I could do anything, but I'm still gonna
I'm
get
gonna do this,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, this whole podcast world is like open up everybody's ability to just talk about their most esoteric favorite thing, which is great for all of us lovers of
Very
specific
specific
esoteric
things.
things. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, you attempted to be all kinds of media, though. Like you got writing, producer credits, you got a lot of puppeteering credits, also for creating shows. But you've also done acting as well,
Yeah.
which, when going over some of your past stuff, gave me a completely weird like flashback memory. I had no memory before. I would have never brought it up until I looked it up to remember what It's Alive was on YTV.
Oh
And
yeah.
does that just do the same thing for you? Oh yeah, I did that thing. I was in
I know,
25
It's
episodes
Alive.
of that.
It's even hard to find. I was looking for it because I did a little post about it. But yeah, I know we had a full sketch show, studio audience. It's amazing we were making that show. It just they don't do stuff like that so big anymore. But
And
yeah, I love that show.
early YTV was amazing. Like some of the stuff that they were allowed to do and put on the air was wonderful.
Well,
but that's
Yeah,
Canadian television
I
too.
look at it as a renaissance. We just had such freedom. There's just people were. It was the beginning. I think something's always good in the beginning before the rules come in. And we did
Yeah.
something live. I don't think they would do that anymore. Live television. There's so many funny stories of stuff that shouldn't have gone live because it was a bunch of 20-year-olds. You know, all right, turn on the camera.
It was all born out of City TV ultimately, right? Like a lot of the people that went over to YTV to create that stuff came from City TV, so it had that similar aesthetic of just completely like
punks.
you know, fuck it, let's try it. So hope it works. Fingers crossed. And it created so much great stuff. And I think you know it informed a lot of weird kids because they did a lot of weird stuff. And we benefited from it. I know I did, 100%.
Yep.
Well, that's why I love things like Canada didn't have great cable access, but I love finding people's footage of American cable access. And things like It's Alive really kind of felt like that. Felt like very early when it was live, when you can't do that on television. Was an Ottawa-based live show, which finding footage of that is rare and really surreal. Yeah. But with all the archiving that Morgan does, he finds tapes that people have had since the 80s. At one point, he got a storage locker that had recorded like the first 5 years of Much Music, almost in chronological order.
Wow.
Yeah, to some extent. I found so much like old Much Music stuff. Like there's a couple of clips of Mike Myers early on when he was doing sketch stuff on there that I found. So things lost to time.
That just made Toronto back in those days. I remember that building was so exciting.
Yeah, and then for us kids, we got that second, you know, when it was the YTV generation. Like I didn't get to grow up specifically with that early generation of City TV, but I got YTV, which was just that for kids, which is awesome.
Fresh Phil.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fresh Phil, Jazzy Jan.
It was the best.
Rockin' Chandra.
Do we want to watch some old
Katie's Farm? Yeah,
do we want to watch some clips?
Katie's Farm.
That's a tape that the Katie's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Before we do that, because one of the tapes you found was a specific YTV recording, which we'll play a clip of. When I first moved to Toronto about 20 years ago, so that era of television was kind of behind me, but it was always in my heart. One of the first times, and it'd be funny if he still lives here and I'm outing his address. Walking down Chinatown one day, coming out of an apartment building, was PJ Phil Guerrero in his house coat and slippers throwing out garbage. And he knew what I was sort of staring. And he's like, "Hey, man, you have a good day." And he went back again.
That's amazing.
I bumped into him in the city a few times, but that was the first time. Like I was only in Toronto for like maybe 2 weeks. I just moved here and I thought, okay, this is funny. I can stay here. This is
acceptable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's some PJ Phil in this clip that we're gonna watch. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that guy. I partied with him in my earliest years, 20 and 21. He had a Porsche. He was a rock and roll superstar. We always used to go to the Phoenix.
Amazing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so this is a bunch of different clips that I found on tapes.
This is the man we're looking for. But they've got their facts a little jumbled.
This guy Santa plants trees in people's chimneys.
Now, why would he do a crazy thing like that?
Join the search for the great
So,
bearded
which
one.
characters did you play?
Grogs first, Santa Claus
right.
Thursday, December 23rd on YTV.
Were you just puppeteering in the Grogs, or did you voice anybody?
I know I was. Yeah, I started. Well, I started the troupe of the Grogs, and then I did.
Oh, wow,
I did
okay.
Phil.
Right.
That's what
Okay.
you get when you eat like a
I did Phil.
3
This
bowls
little
of
guy
cereal in the
there.
morning.
And I did Gideon, that purple
Well, what I'm here to
character.
tell you
Like
about-
that Rosen
Oh, okay.
Press
I'm here
guy
to tell
with
you
the
about
leather with the leather
January
rubber
1st.
ears.
And those of you who don't know, I'll tell you. January 1st.
I love that his
1994,
one eye's about to
I'm
go
taking
anytime.
over YTV.
Yeah, they
I
both
know.
seem like they're
Taking
about to
over
fall
YTV. Things
off.
are going really well.
They're
Warren
clearly just
became-
on fingers, right?
Master control almost
Yes.
set up. We're,
He
working
became
on
such a
couple of
star,
other things.
Warren. I remember that. It was just, he was a
Program lineup
Canadian
is impeccably
superstar.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I
Not
definitely
only
remember Warren.
Are you
He
gonna
was a
have your
huge,
favorite shows
Well, the-
on?
huge character for me
We
when
are
I was a
also
kid.
having
The
a
museum has a
contest
whole
to launch my
grog
new
section
network.
for
All you
the
have
whole
to do
children's, the
is
history of
get yourself
Canadian
a
children's
copy
television.
of TV
So I
Guide.
mean,
Oh, does it?
This week
yeah.
is
So I
not
mean,
for
everybody's he's
you'll
not
see
forgotten by
an ad in
anybody.
there, which we'll see in a
Yeah,
second.
it's a
see an
special
ad,
thing. Yeah, you know, my
and know what you
Jason
could
was
win?
doing him, and I think
You
he
could
just
win
channeled a very
an
funny part of
absolutely
himself that
Gorgeous
know,
T-shirt.
there's never been another
My
Warren.
face
It
on
was
it.
what an
A
amazing
gorgeous,
character.
beautiful,
Totally.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, he's got like an Ed the Sock vibe,
T-shirt.
right? But he's less caustic than Ed the Sock was.
Yeah, he's Ed the Sock for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Yeah, he's got that. He's like a
Yeah.
toned down Ed the Sock.
Absolutely the best T-shirt you can ever get.
Yeah.
Really good quality, and I'll be signing.
They did the. Can we just talk while we're watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, please.
We could
Oh yeah,
fix
that
the mix
that
and
TV
sound
guide.
later.
We got 7,500 entries for the T-shirt. We were very proud.
Oh
And,
wow, amazing.
Oh yeah, there's a.
Julia
But yeah,
Louis
it's this
Elaine,
New Year's Day special. We did the Christmas special, and they had somebody write it, and they were like, "Can we
Okay.
write the New Year's Day special?" So my partner and I, we wrote it, and that's why it has that kind of. It was quite an edgy day, that New Year's Day.
Oh, that's so cool. I do remember
That
this.
was what that's what he was just promoting there. Like, hey, I'm taking over New Year's Day. So we just kind of like took over in the morning with the two puppets. Like, we've got it, and we did. We had,
So good.
we were revoiced the president saying, "I'm so glad
What do you
Warren's
mean?
the new
Sounds like you're
leader of
trying to hide something,
YTV."
Don't be crazy. What have I got to
Hey,
hide?
if
Okay,
Elf could at
then
one
what were you
point
doing at
host the
Wonderland?
Macy's Day
It just
Parade,
so
Warren
happens,
can
Mr.
host
Smarty
New
Pants,
Year's
I was
for
having a
all
very
of Canada.
That's true.
intellectual discussion
Yes,
with
hell
one of the
yeah.
This is from a YTV tape that I got from a special at
Wasn't
Wonderland.
exactly a two-way
Yep.
conversation.
So
Yep, that was
Warren's
like,
gonna
what,
talk.
like look at that.
92.
Nine-
Agree with me on this
92,
issue.
yeah.
You're kind
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
right, but,
yeah,
I think we see eye to
Sherry
eye.
Lewis. I met Sherry Lewis
shy.
and
What
Lamb
do you got?
Chop. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
pretty starstruck.
Yeah, of
There he
course.
is.
Someone I can talk to.
There's Phil.
Warren,
Don't you have ears?
Baby
Young
face.
rock and
Too much
roll
of that
Phil.
long hair stuffed in it.
Yeah, we
I
did.
They're gonna make.
That was a hilarious
talking to my
concert. That,
friend.
that kind of launched
Warren,
it
your
all.
friend has
That
to
was the
go now.
beginning.
What do you mean, go? We're just about to get into the
So,
proper punishment
because
for
I haven't
people
seen
who
this
walk on the
tape,
grass.
Morgan, is
Someone
this
just
like
won your friend
a
a prize,
professional
Warren.
tape that was
Won it.
given, or
Yeah.
did you give it
Yeah,
a
it was
special on
just
TV?
some promo. I think it's a promo
can't
tape you could
win
get.
Someone.
Oh,
He's a free
okay.
being with his own life
Yeah, I
to
haven't
lead.
even seen this. This must be a
Warren,
promo
he's
for
No.
the.
Oh, I
Or
could
is
send
this
you. I could send you a
Some of
copy
his
of it.
staff.
Yeah, well, make sure you get
This
to.
is
All
the
right, so he's got a limited
Canada's
personality.
Wonderland.
He's still got
Yeah, it
rights.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids Help Phone. I think it was a
I
Kids
think
Help
I've
Phone,
gotten the
raising money
picture,
for Kids
Warren.
Help
Maybe
Phone.
we should
Oh,
get
Yeah, I
okay.
think yes, that's exactly
Once
it.
you have
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yep,
After all,
there's
the next
there's
act
the
was
great
video.
Jazzy Jan. Oh,
And-
Rocket
and then-
Shannon. That's who got me the job there, actually. My friend Rob Stefaniak. He ended up being a kind of filmmaker. Oh, my first big puppet, Cupcake.
Oh, the big one in the back. That's you.
Well, actually, I wasn't in it, but I made that. That was my first puppet I made, and we just had my friend Mitchell
Amazing.
Rose do him. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Before we
pretty
get
funny.
into more of puppets you made that have stuck out to generations,
Yeah.
let's go back in time to some stuff before all of us, to simplicity of television, live television, and puppets. I believe out of the clips I sent you, Morgan, I put a number 1 in front of this one.
You
It's
did.
for-
Is it Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, the Tootsie Roll
Yeah, okay.
commercial with Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Oh, Kukla. I remember.
Yeah.
I know who Kukla is.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Breathe in chocolate, breathe out mint.
That's Tootsie Roll Minties.
Kukla, Ollie, what's going on?
Ah, this is horrifying.
God.
Minties are chewy, chocolatey Tootsie Rolls
Like-
and refreshing mint. Now breathe in and out.
How did they get Muppets from this?
Chocolate.
And I'm so happy that they
know.
did. Right? But like,
It's amazing the aesthetics, like how that was. You know, they just look. Oh, this is the, oh weird.
like this.
And
These
whenever
are
they
all
looked at that
fucking
snake thing, and they're like, perfect.
Yeah, kids won't care. But like, Jim Henson was able to create these characters that are like actually somehow real, whereas those don't look
at all.
They don't look like anything. They don't look like real at all. They look like slapped it together.
They were not a gifted artist.
No.
I found a VHS tape of the best of Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Fran is the human woman in there, and the clown is Kukla, and Ollie is the dragon / alligator. They were that's much later on for them, because they went on for like a decade of live television on early, like, and I think NBC. Their announcer would later be like one of the more iconic guys of the 80s news, the 11 o'clock news guys. So there was a little documentary I found, which was, the joke about that show was it was middle of the day, meant for kids. Kids hated it, so it kept getting pushed later and later, but it never got canceled because it was 60s television. So it became sort of a fun inside joke where they could just get away with anything because no one was watching. So she would just improv all her gags, and they would all be with innuendo. And so it's for a lot of guys in the industry who became big solid parts of like NBC. They all had their fingers in that show too, because it was everything.
That one we just saw with that weird paper mache face.
Yeah.
Wow.
Horrifying.
Yeah, and like you said, when you get to make up your own rules, there's so much great room for experimenting. It may not always look like the best thing in hindsight, but it creates amazing things.
Innuendo on puppet sets. There's something I think that drives adults crazy having to do children's television for hours. So they always have to prove that. I've always never enjoyed it. I don't know why, but if you go to a puppet set, the puppets are the dirtiest thing in the world because they just are dying to break out of the mamby-pamby kid stuff, I think.
And again, that comes from breaking rules. I did a couple of years in radio, and one of the first times I ever spent time in an on-air studio with someone else, I remember being kind of taught the ropes from an older guy who was working at a easy rock station I was temping at, and it was, without quoting his words, he would be, "The perfect run radio guy. Thanks for listening to that song. What a great tune that is. Wow, I hope you guys are having a good time. The highway is looking clear and the weather's looking great. Thanks." He'd put the mute on to start another song or commercial, and he turned to me, and just the filth that came out of his mouth. "Oh my," and I was shocked. I was like 17-year-old temping at this station going, "Well, why are you talking like this?" And he's like, it's what I have to do when the mic's off. Hang on a second. This stupid son of a, and then, "Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to CKBI."
Wow, yeah. It makes sense.
That's pretty good.
You gotta like balance things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of kid shows, especially from the time that we were growing up, like they hid a lot of stuff because nobody was paying any attention to it whatsoever. Like all those cartoons that we used to watch, they had weird, questionable storylines that I don't think they should have been making for kids. But they were 100% made for us. And like even the Muppets, like the Muppets have very questionable things said. Maybe I only realized that now as an adult and didn't get all of it as a child, but I feel like things were hidden in kids programming much better back then. It was almost a point of pride too, to kind of like be. I don't know why that was the funny thing to do. I remember that. Be like,
and then all these sort of like, kind of like, crazy kid show with puppets, kind of like, I'm forgetting the names of them all, but there was a few really weird adult puppet shows with Muppets. But yeah, it's true. It's like. I know what you mean.
Well, I mean, the Muppets themselves did it, but the Muppets were a prime time thing, I guess. But you worked from the youngest stuff to teenager stuff. More famous for being involved with Nana Land, which is for the youngest, and then the Mr. Meaty series of films, which is the only way to put it is if Canadian Beavis and Butthead worked at a burger joint, but
nice. But no one ever has.
But as much as that, they are G-rated. They're for children. At no point, even in the youngest stuff, are you talking down to them. That's why I think the internet has really like refamed a lot of those shows. They made them pop up again because of, well, for us. Myself anyway, when a lot of those shows came on, I was a little too old already, but I know young people that come to our events that know those things, know those shows just because of like memes and like re-edits on the internet, because they just think it's this wacky thing. So it's because it wasn't. I think the key to it is, even when it was for little kids, if they weren't talking down to the kids, if they let the kids kind of have some freedom to make it sure that, because kids you could, even when you're like 3, you can tell you're trying too hard to be safe for me.
Yes,
I know.
Kids aren't dumb.
Yeah, they're not. It's so memorable if an adult talks to you like that. You never forget it, because it's like, why are you talking to me like that?
Yeah, well,
And because they just
so
don't
true.
realize. Yeah, I remember just a few adults, like maybe 3 in they just didn't relate to kids well, so it was so kind of odd. And I definitely, I don't even think of that, and they always want to know who it's for. Like, that's part of television business. You write that right at the top of your proposal, and I always just be like, I definitely thought it was for everybody. Like, that is definitely my approach. Because I do think that stuff can be universal and interesting. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, you don't. There's not sort of like, you don't have to go slower because it's kids.
Right?
No,
exactly.
100%.
Yeah. You're not speaking to a dog, but
and
It's even
same for
weird when you do
adults.
that.
You don't have to make genital jokes to know that it's for adults.
Right? Yeah. No. There's. I mean, I am open to his humor at times, but
I did like throw them in once in a while. Right.
But we mentioned that of the Muppets. The Muppets a couple of years ago had a random show that was trying to be like The Office, and it had an ongoing story about Fozzie's sex life. And I was like, I can't handle this.
He was in an interspecies relationship.
Right. And they had like deep dwelled into it though sometimes, which was very weird.
But they never really thought about the ramifications of it. They just scratched the surface, no pun intended. And it was
I don't know why I never did it for me. I guess I don't. It doesn't make me laugh when I hear a dirty joke. I laugh at weird stuff or personal stuff. So that's never been my thing. I guess I just never really. And with
I
kids
just don't
stuff,
like it when it's trying too hard.
Yeah.
There's definitely this moment where I have to do this, so let's say it. And like, if it's natural, great.
Yeah, exactly. If it's natural to the character, that is everything, or the story. Yeah.
What is the next clip that I brought you? I think number 2 might say "Don't stay mad."
It does say that indeed. It's about feelings, apparently.
Yeah, this was a I think maybe it must be like 16 millimeter or something, because it definitely wasn't 16 millimeter, because Stacey Case owned this. He's the one who first showed this to me, and he played it at Thrash Palace, where he just played 16 millimeter classroom films. Short reels that they would play for students to fill in the middle of the day. So this is a community-made project film where puppets tell you not to get angry.
If I'm going to listen to anyone, it's going to be a puppet when it comes to anger.
And feel free to talk over it. It's only I edited just a 2-minute clip of this like 25-minute special, and so it's really just like a short bit of the first couple of minutes. But all I will point out, the main puppet who you will remember in this is called Goonie, which is weird. And he's maybe one of the ugliest puppets you've ever seen, and that might have helped.
Well, I mean, Goonie, that makes sense.
That
sounds like an ugly puppet. All right, let's see how ugly this thing is. At the end of it, let's rate Goonie on like a scale.
Okay, well, I'll come up with a scale by then.
Is that puppetist? Oh my god.
Hey!
Is that
now,
Goonie?
what's the idea?
Goonie's got the green hair.
You cut that out. Get out of the way.
They're both terrifying.
I will not.
That one looks like a belt. You know when they put a face on a belly and wear a hat? That's what this big one looks like.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, weird. The
Stupid
big
red
human
hobbit.
hands.
Yeah.
Is
Goonie a loaf of bread?
That's what I think.
Puppeteering,
like...
it is something that is not easy to do, but everybody thinks they can do it, I think.
Yeah.
Goonie looks to me like a wet paper bag.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
the character. No, not even a moving mouth, and it's always in such profile.
Don't do that.
So it looks just like a rock.
Oh, hey, no, don't. Stop that.
Wow.
Ugh, this thing's horrifying. But this one's
Where
worse.
and where did this come from?
It's Canadian. It was made
course it
funded by a
is.
school, and I think, and then this guy's wearing the name of the youth group for that school on his shirt, and it kind of does a little bit of an advertisement for it in the ending credits, but I cut it out of this.
Is it? Christians love puppets.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
this
what I'm
seems
going to get
Christian-y.
into, and that's what we're really going to get into in the second clip.
Okay. Yeah, they're just kind of like, I know how to get the message. I know how to get the message out to the children. Puppets.
I mean, to be fair, it's sometimes hard to tell if it's Canadian or Christian. Also, I don't know if
With
you've
Tape for Life,
noted
which
that
has a running
before.
gag.
But there's kind of like a similarity. Yeah, sorta. Not that they were particularly religious.
And this
or
terrible
anything,
shot with this Mickey Mouse
God! Oh my God!
but- What is with the 4 buttons?
Maybe it's not Canadian. I think it's not Canadian. It's just slightly religious. I think that's what this was.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Again, Canadian or religious. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh my God, those eyes! Whoever, somebody's just going. I do love when people have nothing holding them back. They're just like,
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
just
doing
go
what they
for
think
it.
they
Here's
can
some
do.
money. Yeah. Yeah, that's the earnestness of it, right? Like, it's clear that even though they shit the bed, they went out and tried to make something. Like, they didn't just try to fail, which, when somebody tries to fail, that's just totally uninteresting. Whereas, when they go in earnest, it's, good job for trying, at least.
Well,
I don't know about that one, though.
I'm a fan of outsider visual art more than I am a fan of, like, I don't know, contemporary artists who know what they're doing. Because I find that the contemporary art, it's too I can tell what they're thinking, and it's kind of boring that way. Where the artist that's outsider, it's just like, wow, what is, they just did that free from their heart, which is so much more interesting.
Yeah, totally.
I think somewhere I'm stuck in the middle of it with my love of the no budget stuff, with all the no budget horror movie people that send stuff and that I work with. One is because you can see what they're thinking, and you can see, and it's kind of like they're inviting you into this club because these people with it are their friends or the children of their friends if they're doing this kind of thing.
But in some cases, the ones that you do show that are the ones that win and that are the better ones do come off as being more sincere in the long run.
Yeah, because
Right.
they're not they're making it for themselves, and it's a luck shoot if it works or not. They're not they didn't calculate to make this win. They didn't calculate this film to make it fit for everybody. So
maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe I said the wrong thing. Yeah, it's more like contemporary artists are doing it for the audience and what they know is going to be popular and what's in today and trendy.
Well, what's going to make money?
Outsider artists are just doing what. Yeah, what's that? Yeah.
Well, what's going to make money? Whereas the outsider artists are doing it because they actually want to make something and have fun.
Yeah,
and
good
hope
point.
for the best.
Yeah.
Did you want to show another one, or let's go into my next one, because we were talking about religious puppets, and as soon as I sent this to you, you're like, you love this guy, Adam.
Oh, you love this guy. You fucking love this squirrel. You love him so much.
We do live shows. We do one a year that's specifically known as the Dirty Show, where we play the worst stuff we find. But then we do regular shows where we do clip battles, and we do in front of an audience. We bring them in, and
they can't always be dirty. Sadly.
No, so sometimes we'll do them where they're not. And this is one that's not, but it still kills even at bar nights. When I do this show at a bar place and I play this clip, it's completely undirty, and the audience still loves it. This is Chatter's Chipmunk goes to he has a couple of tapes where he goes to American theme parks. This is where he goes to like a frontier land. But Chatter's is religious, and it's always halfway through the tape that you discover that Chatter's is religious. It's like you forgot until
they don't come on. They don't come on strong.
They hit you with it.
They lull you in. They really get you there. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Don't worry, Chatter. Your stuff will turn up.
You think so?
Sure it will. I know what'll make you feel better. Come see Marvel Cave with us.
I don't know. Sounds awful dark.
The dead eyes.
It's a cave.
I love this.
There's no life.
This kid is so sarcastic.
Don't worry,
That
Chatter.
neck,
The
too,
tour
that
guide has
long
flashlights and we'll be
neck.
right there with you.
And you could see the hand or the arm in it because the neck is so long.
Yes.
We'll have you there.
That looks very much like an arm straight up.
Yeah, totally.
Good God.
Oh no, it's Wallace John, the meanest kid in the world.
It's Wallace Shawn, the angriest kid, the meanest kid in the world.
Wallace Shawn is a pretty mean
Really
dude.
the meanest kid in
So.
the world?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? What?
There.
Did he just plug him in?
Yeah, he filled him with cotton candy
Meanest
sticks.
kid in the
Oh.
world.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna go,
God, that
that
face.
seems like a pretty good way to go. Death by cotton candy.
Hey,
No.
where's Chad?
This is where the message comes in. This is about
I hope
17
he'll be okay,
minutes
but we've
into
got
a
to help
35-minute
now.
tape.
We're out of here.
Lord, what am I gonna do?
Hello? Hello over there?
What?
Here comes the
Hello?
message.
Is it a ghost?
Hello over there?
Because it's a frontier world, so everyone's in costumes who work there.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was
Yeah,
like,
so she
wait,
was
did
supposed
like
to
a
be the
ghost
guide
show
that
up?
was going to show them through the mine.
And you're a very pretty lady. And
Oh.
an answer to my prayer. What's your name?
Oh no.
Scarlet, and who are you?
I'm Cheddar.
What's your
Nice to
name?
meet you, Chatter Chipmunk.
Thank you for rescuing me. I feel
They're
a lot
always
safer
southern,
with you and your flashlight.
too, right?
Why,
And,
certainly,
well,
Chatter.
she is, and
You
Chatter
don't have to
gets
be afraid
more
of being all
southern when
alone
they
or
talk.
afraid of being in the dark.
Well, yeah, because she's a pretty lady. A hot pretty lady.
All by myself,
Hot pretty
in the
lady.
dark. I get so
Yeah.
scared.
Chatters
You don't
knows
have
what
to
he
be
wants.
scared, Chatter.
The eyeline.
He wants a-
Someone
weird
who's
too.
always with us.
What?
Tell me.
How,
Chatter, have you ever heard of
how can you tell from those giant glossy eyes that Chatter has?
You have to rewind that little part there,
Do you remember
Morgan.
the story of Jesus?
Just like a couple
Chatter
of
looks
seconds.
like he's hit all of the acid tabs in one go. Look at that. Like, come on. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Where,
Yeah.
from here?
Yeah, this is
And
good.
in the dark, I get so scared.
Well, you don't have to be scared, Chatter. I know someone who's always with us.
You do?
Oh,
Who?
fuck.
Tell me.
Chatter, have you ever heard about Jesus?
Oh, yeah. Jesus. He's my forever friend.
Well, do you remember the story of Jesus' birth?
Yes, ma'am. He was born in a stable and put in a manger for his crib.
That
and
is
there were
beautiful.
shepherds and his mommy and daddy. And there was a heavenly choir and a big old Arnold Schwarzenegger-sized angel.
That's right, you do remember.
And then we asked him to write "Die Piggy Die" with blood on the walls afterwards. Sorry, kid. Sorry.
Luckily, we don't have a child audience for that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, like we're gonna offend
Wow.
any Chatter the Chipmunk fucking
I mean,
fans out
Get
there.
the letters, the angry letters. There's
You guys could have
can
a
understand
special
Gerber.
library for weird old puppet stuff because I'm sure there is it's endless.
Oh,
It's
it
so
is
easy to
literally
make
endless.
mistakes with puppet design too. It's actually kind of hard to make a not ugly puppet in a way.
Yeah.
They go down uncanny valley so easily, so often, or just
well, they're
just weird.
They're so easy to be horrifying, which
Yeah.
actually leads really well into one of my other clips,
Right
which
on.
is about ventriloquist dolls. Because there is no ventriloquist doll that is not terrifying. They're all horrifying characters. Because they actually seem like they have the souls of humans trapped inside them for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's Goosebumps.
General, yeah, they're creepy.
Yeah, it could be Goosebumps. Anyway, this is a news report about a guy who has a collection of ventriloquist dolls, including a Charlie McCarthy.
Well, if it isn't Edgar and Charlie. What are you boys doing tonight? Painting the town?
Well, we'd like to, but Bergen is all out of paint.
Edgar Bergen
Oh, Murphy
became a
Brand.
legend even before he died. His daughter Candace went on to
He was a
larger,
legend
more challenging
even before he
roles.
died. Let's think news guy needed to say
Charlie
that.
McCarthy retired to a cramped little
That's some excellent
Great
copy.
line, actually.
Very
It's an excellent copy.
Actually, Bergen used about 15 different Charlies during his career.
Well, it's about time.
But this
Look
is
at
one
that.
of only two who live outside
See,
the
that
family.
thing is fucking alive. Like, I know that he's playing that puppet, but that fucking thing is alive.
It's
And it
upsetting
is
you so much,
horrifying.
Morgan.
It upsets me. They terrify me. Look at the souls that are trapped in those puppets. Those poor souls. Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah, that one was
Horrifying.
rough, yeah.
Okay, we're going back. Sorry. Like,
It's
look
very
at that thing.
fascinating. I
Oh,
find the
instantly
culture
knew
of
this would be his
ventriloquism
passion.
very fascinating.
It
why do they
is, and
all
it's an
make
impressive.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
they all look the same. It's an impressive
Yeah, why
art
the
form.
same?
Don't get me wrong.
Why the face, all of
But
them.
look-
It's like, it doesn't need to be.
There's a nightmare soul trapped in that thing right there. There's no way that thing is not screaming from the
freaky.
inside, wanting out.
At age 12 and instantly
Horrifying.
knew this would be his passion.
And they don't call them puppets. They call them
No.
figures.
Doll or figures, dolls, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Figures or dolls. Yeah, figures or dolls. But figure is the most. I think that's the
You guys shut up for a
most
second.
often technical term. It's such an odd term.
See, that gives them more credit than they deserve.
I mean,
It does.
I'm excited to see Mina
Hard to believe this
Conti's new
dummy was
movie.
once a game show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do like Monk,
Wheel
but I
of
think
Fortune
that's because
today
I
is not
like
for
Nina
technology.
Conti.
Oh yeah, but some of her stand-up I don't really like, but the new movie I'm curious. It's weird.
But at least with those, they don't look like these weird, creepy dolls.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
Monk
same
is just a
thing.
cute puppet.
They
These
stopped-
things are horrifying.
Nowadays, Kenny and
Why
the
did
few
they stop
ventriloquists laughed
changing the
mostly
aesthetic of them
commercials
in the
and birthday
40s or
parties.
50s?
Nothing like
And
vaudeville,
why do they all
nothing like when
kind
Bergen
of
was
they do
around,
it like a
nothing
tradition,
like
like
the
it's like
past.
a
But Kenny
it's
says
almost
just as
spooky the way
clothing
they
has a way
all
of
follow
coming
the
into
tradition
style
so
again,
well.
so will
Yeah,
ventriloquism.
Like, do
totally.
they
I think that's
swear
really what
upon
it
it?
is.
Like,
For an all-out
I
revival.
mean, maybe it's
puppet
like a
will have
vaud-
a strange duck-like mouth and big eyes and weird features.
See, they come to life. Look, they're about to eat this poor man, probably.
I mean, it is a
Horrifying.
tradition thing. Like a lot of
Yeah,
ventriloquists
yeah.
really follow to this like club they're in. You know,
Well, they all look like vaudeville and like 1920s movies. Like they have that aesthetic, right? Like they
thing. Yeah.
yeah, they look like that. They look like Fred Astaire. Like they look, but they're still all horrifying. I hate them all. They're horrifying things.
That's true. They all
Okay.
kind of look a little like Fred Astaire. That's an interesting.
Yeah, they got
reference.
that like 1920s, movie, dance and song vaudeville kind of
Glamour of
guy.
Hollywood,
Like that's what they
early
look like.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody talks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
absolutely.
didn't they? But that's interesting that they just. Yeah, I guess they'd want to get in the club. So it's like, well, if you want one of those puppets, I think also the people that get into ventriloquism are into ventriloquism. They're not into puppets or.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the
characters or
puppet.
anything.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're into
It's
the
their
art.
ability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And
I like looming. I make looms.
It's a tremendous art form to be able to throw your voice. Like I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. So
and
good
Bergen's
on you.
One of the
But-
funniest things of Bergen, or Candace Bergen's
Edgar
dad,
Bergen, Charlie
Edgar
McCarthy,
Bergen, right? He was famous for not being very good at it because he had started his persona as live shows in big theaters and then as a radio show.
Oh, yeah. How could you
A
do a
radio
fucking
show.
puppet?
Yeah.
You could do a puppet with a radio show, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, good point.
Hey,
Were there really chipmunks singing those songs? Or were
Right,
they
yeah.
just fake, right?
No,
They
don't lie to
purported
me.
themselves
They
to
were
be real all that time.
You love them
Hell
even more than
knows.
you're the biggest Chipmunks fan here.
No, I
Morgan, so-
fucking hate them. They're horrifying. But I do remember watching that cartoon because when we grew up, there was also 2 channels, so not a whole lot of choice to go from on Saturday
I've never
mornings.
heard of a
and-
Chipmunks fan. I've never heard of a Chipmunks fan.
No, I don't think they exist. I think it's a lie. I think
made all these
everyone
movies.
wants to say that they like the Chipmunks so that they don't get beat up thinking that there's more people that like the Chipmunks than
exactly.
there actually are. And it's this weird lie that's been purported for, years. And we should kill it right now. So here and now,
I support
the
this.
Chipmunk
They're
thing is
bullshit.
dead.
The Chipmunks.
They're
Nobody likes them.
bullshit.
But there was an episode we did of one of our videos that was on summer camps. Like we did camping and outdoor stuff. And you made me watch a whole skit, like a 10-minute bit from a show that
It was
was
beautiful.
And you kept defending it because I was like, I hate the Chipmunks. I've never liked them.
Oh,
and you were like,
no.
how could you not like them, Adam? Oh my!
I was defending them to annoy you further because it
Right.
was funnier. Like you
Right.
were clearly annoyed by having to watch this, which is exactly what I
but wait.
wanted to do.
I'm sorry that you have to witness our fight here, but
Oh,
but Morgan,
this is a fight.
but
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
But you do really like the raccoons.
I love the raccoons. I
Okay,
mean, how
all
could
right.
I not? The raccoons are the best.
Because you go on about them a lot, and sometimes I'm
Look,
like, if
I
he's just trying to do
love
this to me.
I love Canadiana, like things that I watched as a kid that are Canadian based.
Yeah,
like,
Raccoons is ultimate Canadiana.
Yeah, and it has that feeling, that vibe, right? Like it's got a Canadian edge to it, which I think is in the writing and in the their ability to not well, they didn't speak down to kids.
Yeah.
Those stories, like the raccoons, never felt like it was speaking down to anyone. So that's what made it great. It was
Cool.
a good
I didn't
show.
know that. I don't even know the raccoons. I should watch it a bit.
It's a really good cartoon.
And I think were we not talking about the copyright being renewed on that? So I think we're going to see a bunch of raccoon things again soon.
Yeah, I think it got some
company
big
just
deal
picked it up
recently.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm born in Canada, lived here most of my life, but for a chunk of my pre-high school years, I lived in England. So I was stuck with like some of the worst puppets in the world because England loved using puppets, especially for little kid stuff. But then there's always the Thunderbirds, and I hated that.
Oh,
that like,
see, I love those,
I
but
know,
that's
it didn't do it for me
marionettes.
either.
yeah.
But marionettes are not puppets. That's another thing, right? No, look.
You go join their cult, Morgan.
I agree. It is a cult, but like marionettes aren't puppets. That's like a whole other type of art form, right? Or at least the marionette people would
super
suggest
marionation.
that, right? Yeah. But it is
That's what they called it
impressive.
on that show.
I did actually enjoy the Thunderbirds but only the Thunderbirds. And
I
think
like
it was
Captain because he had creepy villains. So,
but I like
This is
the
not
giant like ships and like sets that they built for those marionettes were like all super impressive. I think that's what I liked out of it.
Yeah,
I recently saw a CGI cartoon series that was made about 7 years ago. It just sort of popped up in my algorithm, and I was like, why does this exist? Why?
That defeats the whole point of it. The reason why that thing's cool is because they miniaturized everything.
But they still made the characters kind of move like this for no reason.
You know what I thought was funny is they tried to make them handsome. They tried to they were kind of like handsome leading actors in the Thunderbirds. And it's just like, what's the thick eyebrows?
Yeah, why are you trying to make this hot?
They all look like I know it's like the sex appeal isn't working for it.
Yeah, but
they have a very boy band look to them.
That's another thing with cartoons and stuff. Like, you know, there's a lot of kids' cartoons where there were large-breasted women when there should not have been large-breasted women. And then even in puppeteering, like, look at Miss Piggy. Like, come on, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, right. Exactly. What's up?
Not enough anamorphic hunks. That gets into the weird.
Hog Link Forth or whatever the fuck that the character's name is. The hunky pig character. Yeah, from Pigs in Space.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be the hunky
He was like the Troy McClure of the Muppets.
Yeah, exactly. He was the Troy McClure.
All right. So
okay.
Before we got,
do
you have another secret that we have? I think of two more things. There's something that I made, and
you have your clip.
Then there's the
then
reason
I have the PSAs.
we brought here tonight. Okay.
Let's end on the PSAs. So you do your clip.
So here is so in Eyesore Cinema where we are, I drag people in that become regulars to events, and I make them make a movie. So we've made close to 10 films. They're all about an hour and a minute. One of the first times Morgan ever appeared in one of the movies was because we were having an event, and he came out of the bathroom and what was in the background and stared at the camera. That was his first appearance in one of my movies, and only till the recent one.
Well, it was an auspicious day.
Yeah,
auspicious day.
Now he's in them. But one of the movies we did during like COVID, I did a lot of clips at home, and I got people on the internet to make clips, and we edited them together. We made an anthology film called Amityville Outhouse, and I reused a puppet that had been in one of my films, my film Muppet Pastor. The book version of Muppet Pastor, written by our Boston friend James O'Brien, is still available online for purchase for those people. I had to plug that for him because he's making his own movie. I say Boston because he has a Boston accent. I don't even think he lives in Boston.
No, I don't think he does.
No, but he sounds like it when he was on our show. But anyway, this puppet is from the movies Muppet Pastor and Amityville Outhouse.
Two classics.
Yeah, absolute classics of Eyesore Cinema and Ride at the Movies. This is just me and the puppet that was made by myself and my girlfriend. And you make the decision of how nightmarish, gnarly the puppet is.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Oh, I know you. I know you're kind. You've always been evil. You're a no good
talking
demon.
to yourself.
Oh, no, I'm not.
What is this a fist?
Is he?
He's a very long-armed purple tube.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey, that's just an aesthetic. Don't judge me from the outside.
Aw.
You don't know how I've felt. Me.
That's a great mustache. You should totally grow that out. I think a big, giant black mustache like that would suit you really well.
Throughout this film,
Well,
that
that's a
character's mustache
fabulous
changes.
puppet.
Yeah, he's really good. I like that his eyeballs look like Pac-Man.
Yeah, that was an aesthetic choice for me for sure. Most of that is the
Oh yeah, he's got Pac-Man eyes.
Yeah.
It works though. It works really well.
One snaggle tooth.
Yeah.
So you just made that? Here I go. I'm gonna make a puppet.
Yeah, I've been drawing ideas, and my partner in crime, she's a very good seamstress. So we found some purple felt and made it happen. So puppets have always been haunting my dreams.
Well, I like it. I love a black fur puppet. It's just something that never really happens in TV world.
You can't get it with great shadows. That's why he's this sort of shimmering dark purple, so you can kind of see things. But we homage the shot on video early 90s aesthetics in all our films, so it's always as low res as possible.
Yeah, it looks good. Hides things.
But
that
speaking of
puppet
haunting
looks
dreams-
kind of like that puppet kind of looks like Grover though. It's got like a Grover vibe to him, which I really like. I enjoy Grover. He was always one of my favorites because he seems so simple.
Yeah,
but he had so much like life and character, which is like really impressive to have created.
Grover, that was very Grover. It's true.
I wanted
that
one
kind
to
of
Muppet.
hard mouth puppet. It's kind of like puppets do get better the simpler they get. It is just true.
Yeah.
So, sometimes having a puppet that has too much going on, that's not what you want. You just want a flappy head, and it's just kind of like that. Those kind of like limitations are the gold in puppetry. They just kind of like they simplify it, and it's not even your choice. You're kind of like you're entrapped in the object and what it can do.
I feel like the thing that sets a quality puppet apart is actually just the performance and not the puppet itself. Like a good performer could turn any puppet into a quality performance. And so like, that like, it doesn't matter how good and amazing the puppet is if you don't know how to perform that thing.
What's your little
It
blue
is true.
guy's
It's one
name?
of these arts that are like that. What?
The little blue guy that you use a lot these days. What's he called? It's the blue guy with the big white eye. Blah, right? Yeah. Okay, because I knew it was as simple as that. And I mean, he's like a. I kind of want to almost compare him to the simplicity of like a Mr. Man, those little kids books from the 80s.
Mr. Man.
He's and then on top of him, there's also the AI creepy character that you have. That's the silver face that answers people's questions. I remember our friend Mike sent in a question about what he is and what reality is, and the tone of the voice that's used for it. But again, one color, simplified face. The AI guy's got a little bit of a sort of humanoid face in there a bit, but it's still the very simple parts of it. Lets your imagination fill in the blanks a lot, and maybe that's why that one freaked me out a bit.
It is very freaky. I want to do more. They're actually in the same world. The idea is Blah is a microbe, and it's way after humans are long gone, and he just lives in a soup container. I'm introducing this eventually, so you're getting a sneak peek. He lives in an upside down soup container, and his problems are the regular problems we have: sleeping in, being on the phone too much, always looking in the fridge. But he goes out for a walk one day, and then there's nothing there. But this is I'll show you the dystopian world. It's right here. It's sort of like underneath all my sets, but it's sort of like this dystopian world.
Wow! Look at this.
Here.
This is amazing.
So this is, and then ChatGPT is the only thing that is there. The humans went away a long time ago. So it's the story of Blah and his microbe friend. Like he has these microbe friends and.
I love the concept that when discovering a world that has been ruined by ChatGPT and that kind of a thing, that you're actually the one person doing one of the most terrestrial, real, physical entertainment for people. Like these are
it's true
3-dimensional real things in a world that we're afraid of. Yeah, absolutely. But the message is there. Well, we're going to talk about what you're doing in the near future, Jamie. But first, to kind of wrap this up, we're going to talk about the reason you made a post on the internet that made me jump, and I had to message you immediately when, as tape traders, people who collect weird media and old television, a lot of people, especially Americans, who talk a lot about Canadian puppets and PSAs. Talked about one of the early projects. You were in a group project that made a PSA. He just ran away. He's like, "That's it. I'm out of here."
I thought
it's like I can't handle it. No, it scares me.
Here, let me just update my background there so that we can already see what we're talking about. So this image has haunted me since I was a child. I remember watching this when I was a kid. And it just absolutely horrified me. Now, I will say it did not work. I still took drugs. But I don't think I went as hard as what suggests that this man has, thankfully. But what I've done is I've strung together 3 puppet-related PSAs, because apparently puppets and PSAs went really well together. In Canadian television when we were kids for some reason. And we're going to finish with the horror that is this drug PSA. God, it still haunts me to this day.
There's a medical hospital.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen this one?
No.
Look at it crying. Ugh.
Crying. I feel sorry for that kid on TV waiting for a new heart.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something I could do to help. There is, Danny.
Isn't this great? It's like Raggedy Ann and Andy, the nightmare years.
Look, we're telling people
God,
that
that
if they're ever in a
thing's
fatal
so
accident,
ugly.
we want to tell them.
That's why they're not so worried about giving their heart and kidney to somebody else.
And this coming from you, who created the nightmare that's coming up.
Just for you, just for me.
Wow.
Oh my God. It looks like actually people are doing these kind of like clown horror things all over social media now. That's
right, yeah.
It has that vibe. I like that one of them can close their eyes, but the other one can't for some reason.
Organ retrieval in exchange.
Don't put that in your mouth.
More!
Let's find out.
Okay, this of course has been in every
This is
kid's
the most
head.
famous.
Yeah.
This got to be weird and played.
And it's the rap dirty version of this that exists out there. I think maybe I might have accidentally heard that first at a young age.
Oh, really? Wow. No, I heard this
My
one.
commercial might have been so disturbing that they just didn't play it as much.
Well, it's definitely amongst like the guys who do what we do on these kind of like Lost Media podcasts. There's people playing and talking about it all the time, going, "What Canadians did this?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is cute, right? Like, this is all cutesy. The other one is not cutesy. But it's still the concerned children's advertisers. So I like that they went hard sometimes. There was like a spectrum of concerned children's advertisers, I guess. So these were the nicer concerned children's advertisers who made the "don't you put it in the mouth," and then these were the hardcore motherfuckers that worked at that place that okayed this one.
First it's free.
Look at this.
Find me when you need more.
Oh God.
Choice.
You're just talking about with creepy real hands. Like,
Yeah.
I know,
Oh, it is the
we
hands.
went all, like this has every creepy wrong.
I
thing
never
you can
noticed
do.
that. The hands are real.
Yeah,
That
those are
makes
my
it
friend
so
Marty's
much
hands.
worse.
He remembers
Okay, also-
us taping the drugs to his hands.
Okay, wait. Let's also just quickly, I'd like to look at this. Okay, so there's 1 joint, 2 joints, 3 joints, 4 joints.
5 joints.
None of which would be illegal right now. And I could
true,
actively purchase from the government. But
And
that's funny in
That's
hindsight.
true.
Some of these are,
Oh my God! I just
some of these are
like,
cold medication.
Yeah, I
must have
definitely. Okay,
been 20.
is there
I
Tylenol?
think.
This is
You were
Sudafed.
20 when you made this?
Yeah, total creative freedom. Just go for
Were
it.
any
You
of these
young
joints
men come up
real?
with your anti-drugs.
I don't think
Were
so.
any of the marijuana cigarettes real?
Could you?
Could
No,
no.
look how big they
No,
are. Could
I'm
you
just
afford
kidding.
those? Could you? No one could afford those back then. They're huge.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, those are. No, that was back in the pinner day.
Me when you
Yeah, they weren't that thick.
Wow.
This
And
collection
then
of-
the edit of all the people that died on drugs that are the best people to have ever taken drugs.
Belushi's and some.
Well, again, like what we were talking about, like
Elvis.
how
You don't
creativity.
want to be like Elvis, Jimi Hendrix, or Jim Belushi, or
Jesus, just a picture of cocaine getting snorted. There's some more. Holy shit! I never actually like analyzed each one of these. Jim Morrison, of course.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah, naturally. Wait, who's that?
It's Belushi.
Oh yeah, oh my God! How fat was Belushi at the end? Good Lord! Oh my goodness!
And Elvis, I guess Elvis. Oh, who's that?
Is that Keith Richards?
I think so.
That's not a good. That he was not a good person to use in the long run. Everyone else suffered greatly.
He's still there.
The really convincing anti-drug part of the Murphy.
Who's this? It's just looking at. Okay. Oh, beautiful.
The little the Mr. Meaty guys remind me of these kids. There's just sort of like the mouth thing. It's like
God, they're ugly.
You can imagine the mouth is wet.
Yeah, that's like early meats. You know what I think it was? Is Cabbage Patch Kids were in then. I was like,
they do look Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah. And then they were on Warren TV. They were this Chia thing, and they were Santa's elves. I think that was the first thing they were made for. Santa calls Santa elves.
Amazing.
I love to reuse them. That's so good.
That's beautiful. Yeah, like, come on. Like, look at that face. It's just horrifying.
Louise.
That's so funny. Does that puppet still exist?
No,
like
unfortunately.
A
I wish. It's very special.
Yeah. The creativity, though, of PSAs, with especially in the '80s, with the extra tax shelter era, where they're like giving quite a bit of budget for some of those things. Like famously, Astar is probably the most legendary one. That I can put my arm back on, but you can't robot. That was a person in a suit originally, and then because in the late '90s, because they just had some more money, they needed to spend. Someone just remade it in CG for no reason because they had to spend the money. Yeah,
really.
So they gave it to the people I think who were like doing reboot or something like that, and that's why it quickly was put together because they just needed to use government money.
It was a thing like that. I think it was somebody was getting government money and they were just they were just giving. They weren't putting a whole lot of time into it. They just said, "Go ahead." And
there's a lot of great
for you to do it.
Yeah,
which is pretty nice. It was a nice opportunity.
Like I mean, we are the world of the Canadian Film Board and all this stuff, and like there's all these different government hands, but also different charity groups and organizations that let us do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, lots of experimentation
and that's why we have
in this country.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. Tons of experimentation, and I'm glad that experimentation included puppetry, because puppetry is an art form that doesn't get enough credit. It's a beautiful, beautiful art form.
Yeah.
And so many characters that matter to us as kids were actually puppets. Like, Kermit the Frog is real.
I mean, yeah.
I understand. I understand that he's a dude's hand up a puppet's ass. I get it, 100%.
He's been voiced by
Kermit
four
the Frog.
People, but...
Kermit the Frog is real.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell a quick story. When I was working on a documentary where I had to interview somebody that worked for the Smithsonian, and I got to go to the behind the scenes of the Smithsonian where they kept a lot of the movie props. So they had a Kermit the Frog. Johnny Five. Oh, I wish. No, that's not. That was at the Sony Pictures studio. So this is at the Smithsonian, where they had the original Kermit the Frog that Jim Henson had made from his mother's drapes, and they had an original Charlie McCarthy. But what they also had was when we walk in and there's this huge white tarp covering some mound of things, and he lifted the sheet, and there was Fozzie the Bear and an Elmo, and all of these Muppets. And I went up and I put my hand on Fozzie the Bear. And it just happened. I had no control over my body. and it just happened. And the reason why is because Fozzie the Bear is a real, actual vaudeville comedian. He exists in real life, and even though he was standing there or hanging, draped over something, no life to him whatsoever, he was alive for me, and that is an unbelievable thing to have been able to create. And again, with the nightmare drug PSA, like that image fucked a lot of kids up for a long time. That's an impressive feat that puppetry created. So puppetry's awesome, and I'm glad that we have it. There you go. Wow, that's my rant. That's my speech. Mic drop.
Glad we did this.
Yes, me too. Yes, and thanks for celebrating all the ways I've disturbed and delighted children.
When you had posted that on Instagram and claimed your involvement with it, and as you said, when we were talking here too, was they just sort of let you be and like gave you carte blanche use of the room to make what you wanted to do.
It shows.
You did mention though that it's been a thought in the back of your head of doing a horror project, and that makes me tingle. Have you? This was a couple of months ago when we first talked about this. Has it formed into something more to you?
Yeah, it's very forming. I signed my lead actor, and I'm bringing them up. Actually, I'm bringing them up this month to. I'm gonna cast him, and so I can make the creature I'm gonna make. I wrote the first draft. After this phone call, I'm on to second draft actually, and it's pretty good. It's got a good clip. It's a really weird ass. It's called Uncanny Valley High. I think I can start talking about it a little bit. And it's about basically the killer is sort of this fake shapeshiftery type creature kind of guy. And it's good. It's fast moving. You know, you forget how much you know, but now that I'm 54, I've been doing this stuff for a while, and I'm like, okay, I know how to write a thing. And so it's Raven Banner's helping out, and also oh my god, what's his company called? Bad Taste. He's out of New York. Rocco Svenberg. Yeah. Bad Taste and Raven Banner. Those are the two teams. That's the team so far, and I feel like that's why I'm building up my social media, because I'm going to try to fund it initially with a Kickstarter, and then we're going to match that funding with some other stuff. The horror movies are the stuff you can do, and that is my dream. I've always wanted to make movies. Like, I came from the special effects time of the 70s we keep on talking about, and Yoda and Gremlins and Steven Spielberg and all that kind of creature stuff was so impressive to me, and it's always what I wanted to do. And then TV and cute stuff kind of grabs you, and I was so busy with that. But now that TV is kind of dying, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make films happen. So I actually wrote something called a labyrinth-like film. Like, it's kind of that maturation story. Girl goes to a fantasy world, Wizard of Oz,
cool.
and Labyrinth, and Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of like that genre, which I find so fascinating. But I decided it was so complicated, I should do a horror movie first.
Yeah, that makes sense. Start something easy, like a horror movie.
Yeah, something easy like a horror movie.
Yeah,
a campy horror movie.
Connecting back to Raven's Banner, and they release the Steve Kostansky stuff, and Steve was on our show last year. I've followed him and known him through like his first couple of weird, no budget first films, and then his big Deathstalker release this year, by getting Slash of Guns N' Roses behind him as a producer. Interesting.
I heard that.
And the movie's fantastic.
He was meeting with Slash.
Yeah. And,
I was just watching Freaky Deaky right now, just as you.
Freaky Franco.
Frankie
awesome.
Franco.
Frankie Franco.
Frankie Franco.
There we go with puppets. Yeah.
Because the puppets. Yes, I was just like, I gotta check out a Komplansky because I don't get enough time to watch movies, so it was funny. It was good. I've been talking to him before in the past. The reason I love B movies, probably one of the main reasons he's mentioned it, is our love for full moon films where they made cheap but consistent
monster movies about puppets. They had the Puppet Master series, Demonic Toys, and the Ginger Dead Man. And so, as goofy as some of them are, if you take it to heart, you can own these weird ideas, and people still love it to this day. And we're so glad that there's a bunch of weirdos that they're making this stuff.
It's almost like tactile, real things matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
I've been really like, the industry has kicked my ass many times, and I would say that children's television and Hollywood, it is pretty. I don't know. For me, actually, I've had harsh stuff happen, but it just sucks the heart out of you. I think there's something about it. But when I went to Frontiers in Montreal this summer, and I met the kind of horror movie kind of people of part of Fantasia Festival, and I could not believe the supportive, film loving, art focused audience and people involved in the business. It has totally changed my perspective, such that I want to do it again. Like I really was just like, awesome. I don't know if I love film and I love television, but if these are the people, I don't want to do it. But
yeah.
But horror changed my mind, or genre, the genre scene.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like you guys, and the true love of the art has changed my opinion entirely.
Well, I'm glad it hasn't burned you out. There's so many talented people who, it pushed them to the level where they're just like, that's it, folding my cards, I'm done. What I have to say is definitely keep in touch, because we want to be spreading the word when you do a Kickstarter and getting that stuff out there.
Cool, thank you.
Also, for everyone, and it's your Instagram handle's Puppet Islander, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely for everyone,
if
you're, we'll write it on the screen and post afterwards. But everyone follow Jamie on there, because it's. I feel like you don't even know you're meaning to do it, but when you do a little quick post that says, "Here's this week's idea of a show I was going to make but never did make," there's this statement you're making about it where you're indirectly telling people, just go out there and do it. Do this stupid thing you think of. Go and try this idea.
Yeah.
Be creative. Do your thing. And you're not explaining that you're doing it. You're just talking about your idea. But there's just no way to not feel a little bit of inspiration from it. So everyone else out there who's watching, check Jamie out on Instagram, and the rest of us, we will keep everyone up to date.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that is the idea. I really think, we have to create this world. It's a time of hope. We gotta hope and create right now to create good stuff, and also just with AI and everything. I was just like, I want to teach craft. I want to just make, so that people are still making things. I've got so much to share. I've been making things for so long, and it's funny. I always kept it as I don't know. There's this kind of gatekeepiness, and I'm like, why? People are going to make different stuff. I can tell them everything I use, and they can make their very own stuff with it.
Well, with all the puppeting, you're often behind camera. And the one thing that I almost forgot to mention, which I was going to bring up in here, with your earliest credits, you were a young Chris Christopherson.
That's true. Yeah.
In the movie Millennium, which I have definitely seen, but I always mix it up in my mind with the TV show that was a couple of years later that had no relation. But if you're thinking about that then, and they're having a problem over Marvel of casting the Blade remake, so now of your age at this point, maybe you can be the new Chris Christopherson for that movie, because that was Blade's mentor. Chris Christopherson was Whisperer.
Yeah, there you go. You've already got experience.
There you go. So I was Chris Christopherson in 1990, and now it's time to take his roles in the future now that he's not available to do it. And they said they've been having problems getting this new. They've got the cast for it. They got the villain. They got the guy who's playing Blade, but it hasn't started filming due to production issues. And I think it's because I think it was Whistler. Whistler is the name of his teacher, his guide. So
Definitely a character whose name it took you a moment to remember was the reason why it's holding up production. But yeah, for sure.
I'm a comic book nerd. I remember in that going, wait, that's not what he is in the comic books. I'm nerded out. I'm so bad. Either way,
I don't know how to reach them, but you let them know I'm ready.
All right. I'll somehow try to get this video to them and see what happens. We'll tweet at somebody.
Yeah, right. That's what the kids do today, right?
Yeah, right. That's what the kids do, right? Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
The youths.
Cheer.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Anything else that you yourself have to shout out to tell people about?
Yeah, just I think that getting that horror movie. Yeah, come follow me this day. I'm gonna keep on making lots of posts and yeah, I really appreciate this. It's nice to connect with you two. What a great idea this was. That was very fun to have shared those
Well,
things.
thanks for joining. We're so happy to have you.